Hey guys, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Yay! We made it! It feels like forever ago since I was with you guys. I've had people calling to check up on me to make sure I'm okay. I appreciate that. There's been some flooding in Milwaukee, and Wisconsin got a lot of rain last week, and we were out camping, and so people were worried that I might have gotten washed away in the canoe. But I'm all good, you guys. I appreciate the thoughts and concerns a lot, you guys. I was camping without a lot of reception in the area where we were. It's like the tippy top of the upper UP is where we were, and there was no cell reception basically for the time that we were in the cabin. Only when we went to the city for a little bit, then did we, and that's the Copper Harbor or Houghton, did we get a little bit of reception. And I just generally had my phone in airplane mode most of the time. So yeah, so it was great to get away, and it's always a lot of work to get going and a lot of work to get back. And so yeah, but here we are. I've been hard at it since I got back, you guys. Right before I left on that Tuesday of last week, so a week and 2 days ago, we hit the $1 million in career sales. Yay! Confetti flying everywhere. So I have some flowers that Stampin' Up sent me, which I don't know, I didn't bring them over, I got distracted. There's some purple right over there. It's like an adorable arrangement there. And then behind me, Jolene LaJoy, who helps me write PDF tutorials for all of you who take my classes, she sent me this gorgeous display of pretty flowers, and so it's awesome. Oh, I have to share with you also the card that I got from Stampin' Up, and I have to say this against my will, that my statement is less than 1% of demonstrators get lost in the sauce, drown in the ink, or get cut by the paper, but with a lot of hard work, you too can strive for wonderful things. Okay, so something along those lines, right? So I have to say that, but I made up my own version of it. So it was good to hit that before I left, and unwind. What is the word that somebody told me? You like de-vent or whatever. It's been a lot, you guys. And we came back on Saturday night by about 8:30, and then I had 2 classes in person on Monday, back to back, basically at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock. A total of 20 people were here for classes. Thank goodness we were all kitted up and I was ready to fly into it. And then we shipped 130 packages, boxes, between Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so it's been a heyday of getting shipments out. Now, you don't have to worry if you didn't get a shipping notice from me. We're still working through some things yet. There's a little bit left to do yet for August. We're not done by any means, but we got through the bulk. I would have to say there's probably 10 to 12 more shipments left for the month, and you might be one of those that's left. So if you didn't get a pirate shipping notice from me, then it means that there's still about 12 to 15 boxes somewhere piles here yet. So we're still working through some. I needed to connect with some people yet. And if you've reached out via email, you guys, I'll be honest, I have not gotten caught up on emails, not even a little bit, a lot. So we'll get there. So we'll get there. I think the only class that we ran out of was the monthly class. And thank goodness I called in reinforcements today. Annette and Karen Forward helped me kit up 8 more. So we are technically not out of the monthly class. And so if you watch class tonight and you wish you would have gotten kits for tonight, then definitely you can reach out to me. I'm gonna make sure that those people who are wanting this, that sent me an email prior to today, would get first, and I gotta just work my way through the emails, but we have about 5 left for class tonight. So that's pretty cool. Let's just stamp 2, we're down to about 2. And then ink, paper, scissors, we're down to about 6 or 7, less than 6 maybe. And then the one that I have a plethora of are the sweet class. So, and then Stamp Attack, we have maybe less than 8 left, maybe 7, something like that. So we're getting down to it, but I think almost everybody who wants these classes has them already. So we've got a great class lined up for you. We are going to be making the monthly cards tonight. When I drop the camera down, I will share with you the cards that we're going to be making for upcoming classes. And I have, tonight is my first live. I think it's my first live, you guys, because the 31st of July was ink, paper, scissors, and we didn't hit the new month yet. So now that it's the new month, I didn't have live last week Thursday because I was gone, and so I'm going to be doing all the drawings for the class card challenge, the monthly creative challenge. I had from free shipping day, we had a bunch of people place orders. So I have 3 stamp sets here I want to give away. Plus, what I also did is I pulled everybody who placed over, I think the threshold was $25. I pulled, if anybody did over $25 in an order from July and August up through the last week when I hit my million, I pulled everybody's names. And we're going to do some more random drawings for people that helped push me to get to the million. By not only my first goal, which was originally September 30th, it was actually way before way before, it was a week before, you guys. So I thought I would be down to the last day of August 17th when I have the party. I thought I would be down to the 17th and working to get the million. But you guys, it was a week and a half prior. So we really, really did amazing things to get that number. So I didn't have to stress about it or worry about it at all, because I wasn't really striving to do it by the 17th, but a lot of people were telling me, well, you can't have the party if you don't have the sales. And I'm like, no, you can have the party even though you don't have the sales, because it's that close. So I wasn't gonna push. I was like, we're just gonna work for it even more. So we did. And you guys, within an hour of hitting the $1 million, Sarah Douglas, sorry. So Shelly's, I was trying to say Shelly Gardner, but Sarah Douglas, Shelly's daughter, contacted me to congratulate me. And it was crazy. She called like at 5:14, and we were supposed to be in the car driving up to our camping trip, and we were late like normal. So, but unfortunately I was able to chat with her for about 20 minutes, which was awesome. So that was really cool. Laura Sullivan says on to 2 million. So Tyler asked me, what's my next goal? What I'm going to work for next? What's the next sales goal? And he didn't say sales goal, but what he said to me was, I'm going to get the light down here. Not the light, but the shit. Oops, hang on. Well, that just kind of like came right off. Hang on. Let's get that down a little bit. Okay. So Tyler asked me, well, what's your next goal? And I thought about it for about 20 seconds before I answered. And I said, my next goal is to help support my team. I want my team to succeed, and I want to help them to reach their goals. And so my next goal is going to be helping them more as much as I possibly can. And I'm super excited to announce that Jay Shante promoted to Silver Elite yesterday on my team, which is so awesome. So we've been working and coaching with her on building a team, and within the last week and a half, she had enough people that were in her community and customer base that joined her team and helped to promote to Silver Elite, which is super cool. So we're also working with a few other people on the team to help them figure out what they need to do to work the business or to network and not like just help build a team. So yeah, so that's what I told Tyler, and I think he was delighted to hear that I'm not pushing for sales, because you guys, I'll be honest with you, we did the 2-tone cardstock share, we did the 8.5 by 11 cardstock share, and then we did the sweet share. And all of that, when I explained that to Sarah, she's like, oh, it's really great to hear how you strived and achieved your goal by doing it through product shares. And all of that product came in, you guys, like in the last week and a half to 2 weeks. And so we've been working through all of that. And I'd have to say it was about $10,000 worth of sales from those product shares. And then once it comes in, it's cutting it, repackaging it, and then shipping it. And I'll have to say, some of you guys have some pretty hefty boxes. I think one person got 6 sheets or 6 sets of the cardstock share. And then I had a few people that did 4 sets of the 2-tone cardstock share, and that gets to be thick and heavy. And so we had to do lots of packages that were pretty heavy last night. So we got a workout when we went to the post office and to the UPS yesterday. So, but we're getting through that processing, which I said to the gals that were here, I was like, I think I overcommitted myself and people this last 2 weeks, but we're working our way through it. I think the one thing that is going to be lacking and struggling the most is the communication and the response to emails. And so as long as you guys can continue to be patient with me on that, I don't mind at all if you want to resend it to the top of my inbox. I have this tendency of working from newest to oldest, which is not a good method, but that's the way my email is. So as soon as I go down and I answer an email, it pops me right back up to the top. So I just have this tendency of working my way down. So if you are waiting for an answer for any of these classes, definitely class registrations. If it's about, hey, I'm looking for a PDF tutorial, or I have a question on this and it's not about registering for a class, by all means, please just wait until I can get to your email. And if it's something for a class registration, definitely shoot it my way again, and I'll try to get to it. I know with the party that's coming up on Sunday, it's a party, and I've got about 115 people that have registered to attend, which is an amazing thing. And I'm so happy now it's not at my house. I thought about transitioning it to my house about 3 weeks ago when there were only 70 people signed up. But in the last maybe 2 weeks, I had a lot more people register, which is great. It helped me figure out how much food to order and how many people need to be on staff at the venue, right? That's why I needed to know who's coming, because they don't want their bartenders or the staff there to be overwhelmed because I told them how many people were coming. So if anybody's trying to surprise me by just popping in, please know that I would rather have you let me know now with the surprise than that day, only because I don't want the people at the brewery to be upset with me or to run out of food for people who did register. That's like the only reason why I really wanted registration. So, but by all means, if you still think you can make it on Sunday to the party, everybody's welcome. I'm not turning people away. I have committed to 110 or 105 people, so I'm good on that. And I know that there are people who won't be able to come, and then there will be people who will be able to come, and it'll still offset in the end. But I'm looking forward to it. I have to figure out what I'm going to wear and put on the hair and makeup, and I'll do all the things and get all ready. I spent too many hours going through pictures. We're going to do boards of pictures from, I don't know, I looked back, I found pictures from 2013 on from when I started stamping, and we're going to put boards together of all the stamping things, the shenanigans that have happened through the years, and lots of good food, and we're going to have great music playing, and I have a speech that I'm mentally preparing, and so all the good stuff. I've had a few people reach out to me to ask if we would be able to live stream or share any of it with people. And what I've decided to do, I just talked to Kelly about it maybe an hour ago. It was 5:20. I was on my way home from designing cards with Jay. And I talked to her, and Kelly said what she'll plan to do on Sunday at some point after the party starts is she's going to go onto the YouTube, and she will do a live stream that is shared to the whole public. And she'll share with everybody what's going on. She'll talk through and walk through the photos and the pictures. Like, she'll just show you guys what's going on and have people say hi. And then I think what I'll have her do for the speech that I'm going to give, I'd love for my community to hear it, but I don't necessarily want all of the public world to hear it. So what I'm going to do is create that as an unlisted link, and I will follow up within a day or two with an email that is specific to my community. So if you are subscribed to Cards by Christine, to my emails that I have you set up for it. So if you're getting emails from me regularly, some like 3 or 4 in a day, and sometimes not for a week, right? So it's always sporadic with the emails. But if you're getting those Cards by Chris B emails, so it says Cards by Christine in purple usually at the top, or maybe it's honeybee now, it's maybe yellowy. If you're getting those emails from me, I will share that unlisted link with people within a day or two after the event. And then you can listen to that speech. I want to thank people and kind of explain how I got started with stamping. And I have a lot of family coming and some friends, and then the whole stamping world that's close to me here that's local. And some know the story and some don't. And that's what I want to have, that live stream but unlisted, and I'll share that. So if you get emails from me regularly, you'll get a link that you'll be able to click and then listen to that after the fact. So that's our thoughts on how we can share the party with people who can't be with us. So I've had a lot of people say they wish they could be here for Sunday's party, but they can't. So, hello, thanks, Pat Shebischoff. I appreciate that. And you guys, I feel like the cats came by me and I got cat fur all over my face. That's why I keep going at my notes. So, oh, yes. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Melanie Foy. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Faye Gabi. There's Jean Terwilliger. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Randy Schultz. Thanks for the congratulations, everybody. Hi, Jeannie Gertis. And there's Jean Barraclough and a fellow, and so the eyes are starting to go crazy, you guys, so I gotta like hold it back a little bit. I'm here from Hagerstown, Maryland tonight to be inspired. Yay! Okay, I can't wait to inspire you. Hi, Doris Munson. Hi, Nancy Mole. Hello, Laura Sullivan. It feels like forever since I saw you too, Nancy. That's what everybody's been saying, that 2 weeks was too long. But we did have Kelly doing lives, and we had Gina doing lives in the middle, and Julie did a live yesterday. So I think you got other people that you could watch, hopefully, from my channel that you like watching. And did I miss pictures? I didn't post pictures for my camping trip. So it was a personal camping trip that I had with my boyfriend and my two best friends, and none of us are at the point where we take pictures and blast them all over Facebook for the whole world to see. We're more private with, like, when we go camping and stuff, and I'll be honest, we didn't take a lot of pictures. So I have I can share, I have a couple picture of us on the canoe. I'll share a couple pictures here, but I don't post them all over Facebook. So when I have a Stampin' Up trip, I definitely post those pictures galore. But when it involves Tyler and my two friends, they prefer not to have their pictures all over Facebook. Hi, Debbie Gast. Hi, Connie Moore. Hi, Patricia Settle. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Susan Warmly. And there's Linda Hunt. Hi, Karen Woods. It does seem like forever. Hi, Mary Carls. Hi, Cindy Runtree. There's Shelley Cooper. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for checking in on me yesterday. And hi, Karen Rogers. And there's Georgine. Hello, Georgine. Georgine, the kittens love your wicker basket that you left here. Tigger, Honey, and Hunky all are taking their turns sleeping in it. I hope you don't mind, but you can get it from me on Sunday. We did get a little bit of rain last Saturday, Melanie. Hi, Sherry Ott. And there's Jolene. Hello, Snowy Mom. There's Donna Grushki. And I missed what's sad. I hear it takes 2 years to get your set published. Oh, yes. So you guys are asking, a lot of people have been saying to me they can't wait to see what set I come up with for the $1 million. And it is 2 years. So from now until next year, nothing really happens from what I understand. But next September, I will be going to Utah, Salt Lake City, to Stampin' Up's home office. And there's a $1 million sales achievement recognition gathering. And I'll be part of it there. And that's where I start the work on the set and the design. I don't know if they started early or not, but that's from what I understand, that you meet with people and start working on the set. And from then it needs to get created and then put into a catalog. And so, yes, it can definitely take up to 2 years. Hi, Kenzie. Oh, there's Yvonne. Hi, Sherry Stewart. And who else do we have here? Hi, Sharon Roosh. I could make it, but we'll be out of town. Yes, lots of people said that they will be out of town. It's a hard time. It's the end of the summer, and it's hard because kids are going back to school. Grandkids are going back to school, taking last trips around. So I get it. I totally get it. Thanks, Sil. And hi, Lavon. Yay. All right. I think I got everybody. And I missed you guys too. I did. So I'll share. I will pull up. So we were in the canoe, and our friends took pictures of us in the canoe. I have that. I will share with you guys. So it might be hard to see, but, and I don't know. Oh, there we go. So we paddled out to Lake Superior. So that's a little bit dark, but there's my friend John and Tiff, and then we're in the back over there. And here we are, a little bit easier to see. Let me go like this way. So there's Tyler and then me, and we have, I think it's a 21-foot Monarch. We bought it from my ex-boyfriend's parents after my ex-boyfriend and I had broke up, but Tyler and I are friends with them. And this was, so that's what we take around. This was the start of the beginning of US 41. So US 41 starts up in so I don't know, I can't zoom in much more, but there's John and Tiff and Tyler and me. But 41, I'll share with you. I knew this, but I really have never looked into it really closely. But Highway 41, so this is where we were camping up here. We were camping at this lake right here, right over here. So we paddled this lake right here, Lake LaBelle. We paddled out here and then through this open like that, through Mendota Canal, and then we went through right there, and then we went and made a big circle and we came back in. So we didn't really go out into Lake Superior very much, but Highway 41, US Highway 41 here, starts up way here, the beginning of Highway 41, way up there. So as I zoom out, you're gonna get a little perspective, right? So this is that finger that's at the top, I call it a finger, a crooked finger, at the top of the upper UP. And so up by Copper Harbor, And then Highway 41 goes all the way, I think it goes through like 8 states. It goes through Michigan, and then it comes down through here like Marquette over this way, and it comes down through Green Bay and down through Wisconsin. It hits Illinois, it hits Indiana, Kentucky, and I believe somewhere like through Tennessee and Georgia, and then down to Florida, and it ends up at Key West. So you can go to the southernmost point, and then that is where US Highway 41 ends. And so, yeah, so we took part of that. So at some point in my life, it's a goal of mine to travel all on that old US Highway 41. So I got the top part done now. So, all right. You are getting a cabin in Eagle River, and it comes with a canoe and kayaks. Perfect. So I learned that there are 2 Eagle Rivers, one in the UP, and then there's another one in Wisconsin. So I'm curious if you're staying in Wisconsin or the one in Michigan. So I noticed there's lots of similar names between upper Michigan area, the UP, and then in Wisconsin. All right. Come canoe with Sean and I next summer. Open invitation. Perfect. Well, Melanie, when it gets closer, or probably sometime soon, because I'm already mapping out my calendar for next year, you should let me know the dates. So we'd bring our canoodle up there. All right. Hi, Barbara Gobby. Things have been crazy. Did you get my card kits order? So, Barbara, I saw it, and I have 2 things on your pile over here. I have your 2-tone cardstock share, and I have something else, but I still need to process your email with your order. So I saw it, but I didn't do anything with it, if that makes sense. So it's like, I know it's there, and I held on to your package. I haven't shipped it yet. You're one of the ones that's waiting over here till I have time to review it properly. And hi, Kathy. I'm just guessing, but I imagine there will be a bee in your set. I hope so. And I definitely want this saying that I had Kelly make this up for me, but I have a stamp here that I would love. This is not Stampin' Up. We had this made up by a different company that does personalized stamps, but it says sending sunshine, love, and big hugs. And so I want that saying to be included, because I've had people tell me that they would like that saying in a stamp set so that they can stamp that on the insides of their cards. So yes, that's definitely the thought. Okay, so yes, and anybody, just a reminder too, I will not take any offense, and I would actually appreciate if anybody hasn't gotten an email back from me with what you're expecting for classes, like confirming that I got your email. You're more than welcome to forward it to me. I will say that as of right now, we're in a transition process where Carissa isn't tracking or looking at the CBC enroll anymore. Okay, and I will be teaching Kelly how to do it. So in the interim, all I'm doing is going to that email and forwarding them to my MSN email address. And so it's a little bit of a 2-step process for me, and I'm the one managing it at the moment, but I've been trying to go into both emails, find the ones in the CBC enroll, forward them over, and then work from there. So you guys are more than welcome, though, to forward me anything if you haven't gotten confirmation on what you've signed up for. All right, it definitely helps me make sure I don't miss anything. Sounds like I wish you'd sell that stamp. A great idea. Perfect. So that set, so the personalized stamps that Kelly does, as far as I knew, they do not compete with Stampin' Up because they are stamps that are not available from Stampin' Up. So these are like names, generally like handmade by or handmade with love by. So Kelly can help with those kind of personalized stamps, because you have to have your copyright stamp on the back of your cards if you sell your cards and they contain Stampin' Up images. And people like it to say made with love by, or handmade by, or made just for you by, or a personalized thing and then your name on the bottom. And so Kelly helps people out with that kind of stuff. And so if anybody's ever looking for those kind of personalized things like that, that is a specific saying that you're looking for, you just have to talk to Kelly. And Kelly is my Kelly Lamb, Kelly Beagle, who helps. She does my paper pumpkins and she does the kit classes for me. So you guys definitely can reach out to her. So if you're interested in that. All right. So I don't know if you guys saw when I dropped down here, I have the July monthly challenge, the class card challenge, mystery card names, VIP, top fans, share, create, inspire. I have the free shipping names, and I have anybody who placed orders over $25 from, let's see here, July and through basically August I think 5th is what I pulled, right? So you guys help me towards the bitter end here to get me over the hump. So I will do all those drawings a little bit later. I want to do a really quick roll call. Can she add the stamp? Oh, yes, she absolutely does, Kathy. She puts the stamp, there's a bug flying around. She puts the copyright Stampin' Up on the bottom so that it makes it legal for you to sell your cards. I'm trying to see if I have anything that shows that. I think, here, I can show this to you because this is one that she made for me. And let me just show you what she made for me. So I copied this from somewhere. I found this, I saw this on the back of somebody's cards, and I don't know where or who, but I keep this. So this is one where I could, okay. So this is what I had Kelly make for me. This is an individually crafted work of art. Any smudges, splotches, or other irregularities are intentional and do not diminish the quality of this piece in any way. And then it has the little Stampin' Up, and then there is a C there. And I think I didn't just press it hard enough for it on that side. So it has the little copyright thing there. So, yeah, so that little Stampin' Up thing will be there with a little C, or I think it's C for the copyright thing, right? That's what we need. So what you could do, anybody, you can just email me when you look down here. There's a Christine@cardsbycrispy.com. What you should do in the subject line is put want personalized stamp. Send this to Kelly. And what I'll do is I'll forward your email to Kelly. And then I'll put the two of you in contact with each other. And then I'll kind of like remove myself from the situation. So, but for now, if you just want to send me the email, either like Christine@cardsbycrispy.com or my MSN one. If you've never emailed me before, it's right here. You could definitely do that. So, all right. I was going to do roll call here really quick. That's why I have my Purplelicious book. You guys are amazing to me. I don't know what's something good happening in this environment for me. I had for January 60 card kits that were made, and I think I have maybe 8 left. And then in February we had 60, and I maybe had 5 left. And for March we made 60, and there might be about 5 left yet. And then in April we made 60 and they're gone. I think May we made 60 and there's 2 left. And then in June we made 60 and I believe they're all gone. No, we made 68 in June and they're all gone. I think what happened is we made 60 and then we made 8 more. That was the one with the tote on it, the tote bag. You guys loved that one. And then there was Coneflower, loved it. Coneflowers came back, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. Okay, and then July comes along and I thought to myself, well, if there was 68 in June and 68-ish in July, what should we do for August? So I thought right off the bat, let's just do 68. There's something going on where people are liking the monthly class. It's blowing my mind. So I'm like, let's just do 68. Well, you guys, I go on vacation, I come back, I have 20 people for in-person, and I have 48 people signed up for to-go kits, which is 68, which is what we made, which leaves me none for my in-person class, which is on Saturday, which I needed 3 for, okay? So I'm like, I called in the troops, right? So Annette and Karen, who helped me make these card kits originally, they helped me make 8 more for today. So all in all, for this class, 76 is what we'll end up with. And there are, let's say, maybe 5 left for this class. And if anybody would still like to sign up for this class, you can definitely reach out to me. We can add this class to your package in September if you would like it to be consolidated and save a little on shipping. And if this is the only class you want to get from me, then we'll just ship it out as soon as possible next week. And you can send money for just the class by itself. But I have about 5 left at this point. So thank you to everybody who registered to get kits for this class or came in person. It's awesome. You guys are what is helping me by kitting these up and using the product. That helps me with my sales as well. And I appreciate your support of my small business. So I like to give a little bit of recognition and appreciation to those people who have signed up to help me by taking this class. Either they placed an order to get the class for free, which is how this class is set up, or they could buy the class, which is how this class is also set up. This is an either or class that you can pay for it or place an order to get it for free. Hi, Mary Novak. Hi, Kathy Showalter. I'm Yeah, so speaking of Kathy Showalter, so Kathy, I'm so excited, just joined the Be Happy Stampers. Yay! She joined Andy Acquisto's team, and Ann joined my team last week. I think it, you guys, I had left for camping, and so much stuff happened while I left, after I left for camping, and I haven't been through all my emails, but I believe Kathy and Ann both joined between, it was either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in the middle of last week, which is so awesome. Welcome officially to the Be Happy Stampers, Kathy. I'm so excited. And then Jay had a few people join her team, and I haven't even looked to see who everybody is, but I think she had 3 or 4 people join this last week, which is, she had her troops rallied around her, which is awesome. So thank you to everybody who signed up for this class. First on our list is Tundra Hudson, and then Sandy Coy Emery, Julie Bontranger, Cindy McLeod, Kathy Showalter, yay, Polly St. Clair, Trisha Fagley, Karen Stagg, Kelly Gibson, Sherry Everett, Patty Randolph, Leslie McMinn, Becky Rohr, Donna Grushke, Shelley Cooper, Brenda Cottrell, Pat Settle, Kathleen Ketterman, Frances Rodriguez, Vera Anderson, Debbie Blau, Faye Godby, Debbie Blau. I think that's the first time I said your name out loud for class. So welcome. Thank you for taking class with me. I hope you enjoy this one. Pat Fleming, Sherry Martin. I don't know if I said Faye Godby, but if I didn't say Faye Godby, and then Pat Fleming, Sherry Martin, Susan Bellamy, Karen Woods, Joanne Kahn, Joanne Naples, Jeannie Parker, Linda Rios, Mary Carls, Donna Palazzola, and then Lynn Marcotti. Lynn, that's the first time I said your name out loud as well. Hopefully I didn't say that too wrong. Rita Steffi, Mary Lemke, Jeannie Gertis, Lisa Hedges, Doris Munson, Angelique McClendon, Feline Mays, Maria Gilbertson, Linda Scott, Linda Hunt, Karuna, Rose Garibaldi, Kari Dwyer. And then again, I think that we have room for about 5 more. So if I did not call your name, it might have been because you went to a commercial, because that also happens. But if I didn't just call your name, the twofold part of this class announcement is, in case I didn't say your name and you think you need to be on this list, I need to know right away so I can make sure I give you kits before somebody who signs up that's new. So perfect. So definitely reach out to me if I did miss saying your name. I would love to make sure I get you in for the class. And yeah, very good. All right, so lots of you guys are here. Hi, Gwen Goda from Hawaii. All right, lots of you girls are here with me. I am so glad. So we're gonna make 3 cards, and then what we're gonna do is all the drawings for class. And I wanna show you, oh, the other thing I was gonna show you really quick too, I'm gonna run through this. Hi, Anna Carter. Oh, you had 2-tone cardstock. Your little package that's coming is pretty heavy too. So we're gonna be making these 3 cards tonight. So either you got the pink version or the purple version. And then on this one, this is the butterfly card, and then here's the sympathy card. So these are what we're gonna be making momentarily. All right, so we'll come back to that. But really quick, you guys, oh man, I will be live tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We're gonna be doing this Stamp-A-Stack that is a fun fold Stamp-A-Stack. They are all amazing folds. Diane did this person in class last week, and I think she was ready for a cold one when she was done. She, I don't think, was home until 10:30. Hi, Yvette Lopez. And Catherine Healy. Oh, hello, Catherine Healy. And Barbara Godby needs to be on the list. Okay, so definitely, Barbara, what I'm going to do here, just really quickly, so we're going to make sure we get you in the list here, so that, hang on, let's go right here. So you need to be on the list. So I am so happy that you mentioned that and that we made up more cards. Hi, Tanya. Okay, so I'm glad we made up more cards. I knew that was going to happen. All right, so this is a fun fold Stamp-A-Stack. So you're going to get 6 card kits times 2, which is 12 cards and 6 designs. And so this one is one where it goes underneath there, opens like this, and using the Floral Charm Designer Series paper. I love this Floral Charm Designer Series paper. It makes me happy. So there's one, and you'll have matching envelopes. This one is your pointy point card. Technical names, you guys. So that's cool, right? It opens like that. So we're gonna be doing this class at 1. If you can't watch it because you got stuff going on, no worries. You can always catch the replay. This is one that is a pocket card. There's a seed packet. We gave everybody a seed packet for each one of these. And actually, there's a white piece that we gave everybody for the back to write your little love notes on. So this is a pocket card, and that comes out like that. And tomorrow I'll have a seed packet in there so you can see what that's all about. you debated this order-based kit than the one I chose. So it's still available in case you decide you want another one. Or you want this one. Please call me after class so we can talk Stamp-a-Stack. You betcha. All right, so here's this guy right here. It's a double pocket card, right? So this piece comes up, and then that one fits in that pocket. And then this one fits in that pocket. So we made that into a wedding card. It was the butterfly that you wanted. Okay, so I think you signed up, Yvette, for the suite class, which is what I mailed out to you yesterday. So we'll have to figure that out. So the suite class is, I'm pretty sure the suite class is what I saw in your email. Okay, so there's that one. And then here's this guy. So that is one like that, and it's got a little toggle. And so that one is one of my favorites. I love that color combination. And then this guy right here, he has a Velcro dot there. And so it opens like this, and then this pops up like that. So all of them are unique. And then I did forget to put ribbon on this card, I noticed, and I meant to put it right here. So tomorrow we'll show you in the tutorial how to put the ribbon in there. So, all right, Barbara Gabby, I don't know what O and L, oh, L-O-L, ha, 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 you had L-O-L. All right, so that one, you guys, is this class called Floral Charm Stamp-a-Stack, and I have a few left of that one. And then the Let's Just Stamp, I think there's one left of this one, and it might be gone at this point. I just need to get through my emails. So it was very awesome. So we got the paint, right? No, you guys, this was last month's class, but I still think I have one Painterly Pears left. So in case anybody was interested in Painterly Pears, the July Let's Just Stamp Painterly Pears is gone. I shouldn't even show you guys this one. Okay, scrap that. Reverse, reverse, like you're playing Uno, right? We just reversed ourselves. All right, there's a, the class is called Label Me Grateful and Charming, and those cards are over there, so I'll have to grab them in a moment. This guy right here is the sweet. No, you're correct, but the butterfly is the one you were debating with. Got it. Thanks so much, Anna. Suzanne, yes and no. So yes, so Suzanne, I've already mailed your package. Your package went out yesterday. But I can still hold the class for you and either wait and ship it with another package that you get like next month, or I could ship it separately. So yes, you guys, any class that I still have available, I can still ship. And yeah, so I am gonna run out of that Floral Charm Stamp-a-Stack. So Suzanne, if you do want it, you'll have to let me know, and then just send me an email and tell me if you want me to mail it separately or if you want it held for the next thing, but I can get, charge your card for it. So, all right, so this was the Florals and Bloom Suite class. So we've got the Timid Tiger with the Secret Sea. This one is so bright and cheerful. We've got that one. Again, you guys, all the die cutting's done for you. Always, unless it's a focal image, but we generally don't do a lot with the focal images. We usually go hot and heavy with die cutting. So this is my favorite one here. So we made that one a wedding card. And then this last one here. So I have a plethora of these left, probably 20 or 30 at this point. So you guys can still get signed up on this one. This was an order-based class or free, order-based or fee-based. So that's Florals and Charm. Lots left of this one. And then the one that I don't have a lot left of is the ink, paper, scissors. Now, this is a special class. There's a lot of cards here, but you don't get all of them. And so, Jolene, if you are listening, there are 4 bonus cards that are not going to be kitted. There are only 6 kitted cards, but the tutorial will have 10. Because with that designer series paper, we wanted to show you what to do with the other patterns of the paper that we didn't use for the actual kitted class. So if you want to do these, you would have to provide your own card stock, like bases and mats. But this is one, and this is a double dipping because this was part of the Palooza. And then just to show you what you can do with that one. So these will be in the tutorial again, but somebody's going to ask me, well, why aren't they in my class package? And it's like, okay, well, they were never promised in your class package. They're just ideas for you. Now, what is going to be kitted are these 6 cards. So this is one. Now, this is definitely cased from Bonnie Schmitz's card. We used the background very similar to what she did and the inside, but we changed up the front slightly and added different ribbon, and we changed 3 things on it to make it our own, but just to give her credit because she was the one who inspired us with it, right? You guys, you get inspiration from wherever you can get it, and so we got inspired from Bonnie on that. So if you know her, you can tell her I mentioned that we used her card. And then this one, very cool, like that. So another fun fold. And then this one will be kitted up and in your class package. And then this is another fun fold. We cased this one from Lori Krause, changed it up a little bit. Now, you guys are going to get your kits and you're going to have an extra basic beige. We decided to do an extra matte in here of basic beige so that it brightens it up and breaks it up. So that's a cool concept that we used from one of her cards. And then a pocket card like this. Super cool. And then the back hat. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a recipe. Ha ha ha. That's the back of that. All right, so a little pocket card. And some of them you'll have enough paper left over to do your envelopes. And then here's your simple card. Yay. We all love a simple card. So 6 of them will be kitted. The other 4 will be part of the tutorial. So it's a 10 PDF, like a 10 card PDF though. Okay. All right. So just like maybe 5 of those left, or 4 potentially. And I'll always honor, like, and when we're done, we're done. And I'll always honor whoever signed up first to get the class. And then if we run out, then basically we run out unless we start a waiting list. So lots of pretty cards, you guys, coming up. We're half done with the month, and this is my first class. So we're going to be hot and heavy now. On Monday, we've got Let's Just Stamp, which I'll grab the cards in a moment or whenever I get up. And we have Mystery Card Night on Monday night as well. So Jolene, we need a clue, number 1, when you have a moment in time. All right, so that's Monday. And then we have Share, Create, Inspire on Wednesday. And then there's class on Thursday. The sweet class is Thursday, you guys, and then the next week we have ink, paper, scissors. Tomorrow we have class, so there's lots of stuff coming for you, I promise. Kit class is coming up, paper pumpkin class is up, so come in lots and lots. So let's just flip down here. I have the 3 cards that we're going to be featuring tonight. So this one right here features paper from the Kintsugi. Kintsugi is what we did for the sweet class last month. It features this paper. For the sweet class, we used these 5 patterns, like these 2 and these 3, and I didn't use this pattern. So we saved this pattern over and we designed this card with it. And so that's where we pulled that designer paper in. And then we had this fruit cocktail paper left, and that was from the Cheers and Sips paper. So the celebratory sips, actually. And so that was the paper that looks like this, and that was left over. So you guys, I have a bunch of these DSP samplers still available. This one was from the spring. I have the annual catalog here. So I have 2 different ones still available if anybody's still looking to get their own DSP sampler that you can put together. Now, the last card that I feature here, actually, I can't tell you at the moment if it's actually current or not. Somebody will help me out. I don't remember. Is there a new stamp stack, or the one I just paid for too much to keep track of? No, that stamp stack is the one that you paid for, Mary. And I have it here for you in a pile, so you're good. It's the Floral Charm stamp stack, and it's in your pile on the counter for you to pick up on the 21st of August. They turned, oh, okay. So this one right here, the foil here is from the Foil Garden. So the Flower Garden, I think. It was included in here as a specialty, I think, right here. We used either one of these patterns for those butterfly wings. So that's where that got pulled in. And then we used some silver foil. But this background piece, when you guys get this, this is actually from Unbounded Love, that designer series paper, which was part of the annual catalog that they just retired. I mean, that catalog just retired, but I don't remember if this paper carried over. I'd have to look in the Beekeeper's Guide or online to see if it carried over or not. But that's where that came from. And so this one we've pulled in Beautiful Butterflies, and then the Cheers and the Sips, and then we pulled in Mixed Media Floral for this one. All right, and I know you guys always love to see new things. So if somebody can remind me, I look really shiny. It's been a long day, you guys, but it's hot here too. So if somebody can remind me, I was working with Jay today, and Honky Noodle Boy, you fell into the box. If somebody can remind me in a little bit, if I've got to get up for something, I want to go get, we worked on September today. We got the sweet class designed for September, which is great. It's called Gathering Together. And I have the cards sitting somewhere over there. So I will grab them and show you what we have for the sweet class. We got 1 done for September. Now, there's a lot more to come. There's a lot of designing that's going to happen in the next week and a half, okay? So, but I'll grab it when I can get to it. All right, so what do we have here? So, you guys, we started in the last month or 2, we started to individually wrap all of your kits into its own cellophane. We had been, and Suzanne would like one of these. Okay, so we started to do that, and people really gave us feedback that they liked having them separate. Stamp a stack and monthly class. So we started to just put them all in these individual bags. Now, I mean, it means more plastic for you guys, and I had somebody who sent back a whole envelope full of plastic bags, which is awesome. We reused some of them. So Jolene said the Unbounded Love is last chance. Okay, perfect. So if anybody's looking for this paper, it's still available at the moment, which is super cool. So we started to individually wrap these, right? So your golden ticket, I'll be honest, I used to get so many people once a month and sometimes twice a month. I would get somebody that said that they were missing a class. And when I said, no, I'm pretty sure I physically put it in myself. But what happens is we would put 2 or 3 classes in one envelope, like one cellophane like this, and that was confusing for people. And they would call me, and I'd have more times than not that, like, I'd have people that would say that they only got 1 class and not 2 classes. And so when I would tell them to look behind, then they would find it. And so we just started to wrap these all individually, and that's how we're gonna do it. So, oh, let's see here. Sorry, Unbounded Beauty DSP. Yes, Unbounded Beauty DSP. I think the stamp sets were called, the stamp set was called Unbounded Love. All right, so just so you guys know that's what we're doing. And in the top here is your golden ticket. So today's class, August monthly, and today's date is August 14th. So you're gonna open up your cellophane. I will reuse this for somebody else, which is pretty cool. And you guys, if you don't do the cards right away, it's great to save the golden ticket. You have it for reference later for the YouTube and also for the PDF tutorial. It was emailed out to everybody yesterday, which was great. We are also in the process, Jolene, if you heard her, she's going to work with me after class tonight. We're going to wrap up the Floral Charm tutorial, which will be emailed out before I go to bed tonight. That is the goal, because class is at 1 tomorrow. So we're good on the tutorials at the moment, which is awesome. So you guys save this. It's a good reference. So now mine have pink slips on them because I always get the wonky stuff. Right? I don't know why it's special because I don't always remember what's going on with it, but that's why I get stuff. And then I use them as learnings for you guys so that you can see how I would fix things or adjust things. That means that, like, maybe the paper wasn't exactly perfect, but I can show you how I would make it work and nobody would ever know any different. So I'm just going to grab this first one and see which one it is. Oh, nice. Okay, so I like that one so much. A lot of people were loving this one. Hi, Kari Dwyer. All right, so this one. We get often that we don't do enough sympathy cards, and this one's a perfect sympathy card. So I do want to say that Jay Shante had a card, and it was using Poppy Parade and a matching DSP, and then it was a very similar layout. And so we cased her card and came up with this one with the Secret C, which was awesome, that we could use up this extra designer paper that we had. All right, be careful with your gems. They're usually loosey-goosey in your kit here, and you don't want to lose them. So these gems here are from the new Painterly Pears suite, and that just launched the first, I think July 1st actually. So we used up the blue ones here, and then in here you'll have your card base, and you can always take that and burnish it like that. And then you'll have this white piece, which is for stamping your flowers on. Flower. And then you'll have, oh, I see what happened, a die cut piece here. I don't know why I have 2, but I'm not supposed to have 2. So that's maybe why I got a golden, oh, okay. So I got one here that was super, I don't know why I have 2, guys. I honestly don't. If you have 2, it does not necessarily mean somebody else got a bad one. But here's what I think happened. This is ripped. So they gave me this one because it's ripped here. And then that was meant to get tossed. And then this one is a good one, is probably what I'm thinking is happening here. So we had the gals die cut this right out of the mat. I personally laid down every one of this piece right here onto everybody's kits. And if I thought that that was too close to the edge, we scrapped it. And because it's hard to kind of, and I can see that now here, it's stuck here and it ripped it. That's why they gave me a different one. But this is as close as I got. I don't know if you guys can see this. So just so you know, if you see that it's that close to the bottom, that's still okay, right? Or it might be that close to this side, or it could be that close up there. Just know if it's that close, you're still okay, and that is less than 1/8 of an inch. And the reason you're okay is because this is going to go here, like that, and then this is going to go here, like that, right? And so that covers up that hole. Now, if you guys see here, you can see that I'm missing one thing. And it is the cloud cover mat. And I have mine sitting over on the table here, actually. So one moment, let me grab it. So we had class on Monday night in person, and it's the best thing that ever happened. And we figured out in class that we were missing this cloud cover mat. Okay, so we figured it out Monday. Nothing had shipped yet. Thank the Lord. So we went and we cut all these, and we went to everybody's kits. And what we did is we did not go find the envelope. All we did was we slipped the blue piece in. So when you get your kit from me and it's in the plastic, this blue mat, the cloud cover, it could be between, it could be over here, it could be there. It was never on top of the golden ticket, like it was never, excuse me, like that, but it was always in there. So just know, we caught it before we shipped out that you were missing this and now it's there. Okay, so we're good. So then this one goes behind here like that, and then you'll have your secret C ribbon that goes across here. We'll stamp a sentiment, and then we're going to do our inside. Now I pulled this while I was up, and I wanted to show you where the gems come from. So those of you who have access to the Beekeeper's Guide folder, this document is out there, so you can always print this for yourself. But these gems were launched in the Painterly Pears suite, so that's where we pulled them from. So we'll do a little stamping, and first we're gonna do our secret C. I think that's all we have for this one is secret C stuff. So the stamp set that we're, oops, that's all stuck. One moment, please. So this is, it's not always a good idea to put your stamp right on the stamp case like that. All right, the stamp set that we're using for this one, in case we have inquiring minds who want to know, I've got mixed labels is where the Sympathy comes from. And the inside floral image is there, and then this flower is what's on the outside. Now, I pulled an oldie but a goodie. This Lasting Lily was from Sale-a-bration from many moons ago. It's retired. It was Sale-a-bration. I don't even know what year it was. It was probably at least 4 years ago. But there's a sentiment in here that we use all the time with Sympathy, and then also there's two. Our thoughts are with you. So everybody used it. So I can tell you in a heartbeat, like I know this Lasting Lily is my tried and true, that if I need a nice inside saying for a Sympathy, I say our thoughts are with you. So that's what almost everybody used for class on Monday. So we'll start off with this guy for our flower. And when Jay did this, she kept the flower monochromatic. So she had Poppy Parade and white and black, I think. Or maybe just white and Poppy Parade. And she didn't color her flower. But I wanted a little softness to the flower, so that's why I ended up coloring a little bit of it. So we'll do that here momentarily. Okay, so we've got our flower stamped. And now that our thoughts are with you, again, retired, not available for purchase unless you go find it somewhere else, not from Stampin' Up, right? But it is Stampin' Up, but it's just from many moons ago. But it's the perfect sentiment. And when you guys get card kits from me, we design them in a way that you could use whatever sentiments you have at home. So I always have that mindset, the methodology of buy what you love and use what you have. So this just goes to show you, use the sentiments and floral images that you have, and then you can buy what you love, and you don't always have to have the exact same stamp that I have. Okay, one more here. So if you're not using this flower for mixed media florals, what are you guys using? I'm always curious. And then you can share with others what you're using, and then that might trigger them to go look for that stamp set. Oh yeah, you betcha, Suzanne. All right. Oh, it's a little bit crooked, but it's within my means of being okay with it. All right, I'm gonna let it be. Let it be, let it be. All right, let's get glue happy. And so for this, because there's not a lot of wiggle room with this guy here, I'm just gonna flip it over, and we're gonna glue that right to the cloud cover piece. Like that, and then we'll put this on the inside. We'll get this guy staged and ready to go, and we'll get this one staged and ready to go. Okay, let's get all this glued. You guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like to, as long as I got that glue bottle opened, I'm gonna glue as much as I can at one time. And then we're gonna put this right onto, so Secret C and Cloud Cover are like Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen to me, right? Those combinations. that they go really nicely together. So then that goes right there. So if you just want to make sure you cover up any hole that's over here, or up there. And then this. And to me, there is a top and a bottom to these. Like the thinner top is, the thinner part is the top, and then goes wider. And that goes to make the same margin. Now it overlaps slightly in the middle, right? So don't worry about the overlapping in the middle. You want to make sure you have the same border on your 4 sides, right? And then what you're going to do is grab your tear and tape. I think I started with the easiest card first. All right, that's good. We got a little warm up here. All right, so now we're going to do our tear and tape sandwich. So what we're doing is sandwiching the ribbon between 2 pieces of tear and tape on each side. So what I do is, I know the tear and tape's back there. I'm going to take my ribbon. I'm going to figure out, do I want it at the bottom of that seam? Do I want it in the middle, or do I want it down here? Just eyeball and figure out where you'd like to see your ribbon. You got a little bit of wiggle room, but you want it to cover that seam. And so what I'm doing is I'm looking at this row of whatever these things are. And instead of having it partially covered up, I'm going right to the bottom of it. So you see the whole bit of them, right? Thanks, Cindy. And then I knew that tear and tape was back there, so I kept it straight on the front. And then grab our tear and tape off. And because now we've got glue there already, we don't need to add more glue there. So we're just going to put glue around the edge, everywhere else. And then that will go right on the front. So we've got the C, the cloud, the C, and the cloud. Okay, so for this guy, there is a die set. Yes, Sympathy cards in blue. They're very soothing. All right, so we need to grab the machine here. All right, our little baby blue. And I've got the plates right here. The only thing that I don't see off the top of my noggin is what I can use for some tape. Oh, I'll use a Post-it note. How does that sound? All right, so, I mean, I could go over there and grab the tape, but this saves me some steps and some time. So I'll use the Post-it note, and that will help hold that die down for now. I want you right there. All right. You gotta be careful. When it moves it in one spot, it kind of sometimes moves it in another spot. All right, so we got that good to go. GTG. All right, so that's die cut. Let's move that. I think that's all we needed to die cut for tonight. How you guys are gonna laugh. I looked right over here and here's the low-tack artist tape. Ha! Well, I improvised and used a Post-it note. Okay. So peel that off very carefully. And then that edging will come off. You want to be careful not to rip that. Perfect. So with this imagery, I used the light cloud cover marker, the Stampin' Blend. If you don't have this, you could use a different color of your pickings. Doesn't have to be blue. I just did these blue because I thought that they would look nice with the whole blue theme we have going on. They don't have colored pencils in the cloud cover. I do wish that they had a colored pencil for every Stampin' Up! Color that is out there. That would be super cool. I think I need to put that in the suggestion sandbox. All right, so we're just coloring these with a marker. They're nice and soft looking. They're like kind of like baby's breath to me. All right, and then look back, because if you start coloring, sometimes you forget one. So there's that. And then I used colored pencils for the other. So for the Granny Apple, I did really soft, and I didn't color really dark. I just was going for a very soft, soothing look. And you don't forget to do your stem. And there's a bunch of leaves. I'm gonna get, and for this one, I'm actually not going to take my blending brush and smooth it out. I'm going so soft and so light that I don't think you want to do the blending brush. Not a blending brush, but the blender pen is what I meant to say. Okay, so just really light, soft, like that, okay? And then I didn't color the daisies, I left them white, so they're white flowers, and just going really soft with the Daffodil Delight marker here, not marker, the colored pencil. So the reason I don't want to do the blender pen is I don't want the black ink to smear all over. Had I stamped this and stays on, fine. I didn't though. So I don't want this to bleed all over the place. So those are what I used to color for this card. And then let's unzoomy zooms. And then what I did is dimensionalized near the top. Let's see here. Let me think about where I have some dimensionals. Over, back yonder here. Oh, in case anybody doesn't see the caddies ever, those caddies are pretty awesome. They hold everything you need to do for stamping. Let's just see if I have some dimensionals. Nope. Okay. And, I know where I have some dimensionals. Hang on. There's all that's back here is black. I just opened up 2 new packs, so I wasn't about ready to go to the drawer and grab more. So, all right, I've got 2 new packs right here. And I'm not going to put any dimensionals near the bottom there, but I'm going to put at the top here, right there, and then I've been filling in for Please Pray It's God's will work full time. Yes, Nancy, prayers for you to find a full-time job soon. Definitely. I hope that that happens soon. Positive thoughts and energy that happens. Okay. So I'm going to then glue that flat at the bottom, right there. And then this guy, we got a little bit of work on him. I got a cart in front of the horse, but it's okay. So you guys are going to have to do the hokey pokey with this and turn yourself about. Now, if some of these don't come out, don't fret. It's not the end of the world. Like if that little guy doesn't come out, leave it. Let it be. Let it be, right? Like that song. So some of these too, like they get covered up. So you don't really need to have all of this pulled out. And this right here, if you look on my sample card, I still have them in there. I didn't even pull them out. So some of this stuff can be really picky when it comes to die cutting. And I don't tell my die cutters to sit there and finagle and finesse everything to get it out. Because when they're cutting so many of these, it just takes so much time to do that all. And so if you need to, you can always touch up with your scissors here, right? So when you get your scissors involved, that helps to break this loose, right? The other option is just leave it in there and it will be okay. So since I'm doing this, I'm just going to show you how I would do it if you want it out, right? So then there's one more piece right here. It's kind of tough. It's stuck there yet, right? But if you get in there with your snips and do the assist, it comes out. Now, for these guys right here, I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to let it be. And that's because it's going to be behind. It is the cool end of the spectrum which can reduce feelings of tension. Oh, I missed the first part of that. Sorry. Oh, let's see here. So we're just going to put a little bit of liquid glue behind here. And get this kind of tacked down. Glad you guys are sending positive energy to Nancy. Hopefully that does the trick. All right. So with this guy, I'm going to put that so it's flush on the bottom. And it's a little bit more to the left than it is to the right. And I'm lining it up with the blue edge of the smaller, the matte. And you got to be careful because once you put this down, if you want to move it, it's going to smear glue everywhere. So you kind of get like one shot. All right, so there's that. And again, you can see it's a little bit more to the left than it is to the right. And then this guy right here, I've got that coming down right about here, this bottom edge. And I've got it set up so that this one actually can kind of be interwoven like that. All right, so it's kind of hanging up over there. Perfect. And then our little label. Now I didn't put any dimensionals right here, right? I left it flat, and that will allow me then to put 2 dimensionals behind this. and keep it even, Steven. So you wouldn't technically have to color some of that either if you knew it was going to get covered up, but I didn't think about that till right now. So it's all good. And what could you Stella? If you're going to Stella things, be careful, because if you Stella any of the watercolor pencil, it's going to get kind of smeary on you. But what you could do is this area where the flower is, if you don't hit the black ink, you should be good. So I'm just kind of going in the middle. If you hit that black ink, you might start smearing black ink around. Did you see I wiped it off on my hand? There you go. A little bit like that. That's good. You could also, if you want, you could Stella any of these raised images or the designer series paper. All right, so gemsies. You either got too small and a big or too big and a small. And I like to keep the big and the small together. So I've got too small. So I'm gonna put my small one down there. And put that guy right there. They're really nice and flat. Hi, Joy Moody. All right. Yes, thanks. You guys are sending lots of positive energy and prayers to Joy too and her family. All right, so there's our first card. We got the inside done. Nice sympathy card. If you wanted to, you guys would be more than welcome to color your little flowers on the inside to decorate them up. So they're not so plain, like they're white flowers or they're blue flowers. Now they're gonna be blue flowers. And then they match. Matchy, matchy. All right, so we got the first card done. Now this one was your warmer-upper. The other two are a little, they're not hard, they're just more tedious and they're more intense. All right, so one card done. Again, one last look at it. You guys, you have pictures in the tutorial as well, so you know how to make it. All right, the next card then, let's see what I got here. All right, this guy. I was really hopeful to get a top one. Let me just think about this. Let me think about this, because these are the flip-flaps. Okay, so you got your gems here, and you either got blackberry or you got strawberry slush, right? You got one or the other. And the reason we did that is because there is a sheet of designer series paper that has all these blocks on it. And I wish I'd have the sheet down here to share it with you. I didn't bring it down. Let me think about this. Where do I have? I'm going to go get the Beekeeper's Guide, I think. Let me think here. I don't know if I have the bee. I put it in my backpack, which... So let's just go this route. Okay, the Drive and the Beekeeper's Guide, version 2 here. And let's click all the way to the DSP. So right here we can find DSP. And I can see if I can find the sheet to share it with you. It is this guy. Oh, we can see it. Nice. Okay. So this is the Celebratory Sips designer paper. There's one sheet here that I thought, I'll be honest with you guys, thought it was the stupidest sheet. Oh, I didn't understand, right? So that's just how it goes, right? When you don't understand something, you might think it's not the best thing or stupid, but when you understand it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. I get it now. They were smart. But I didn't understand why, like, what was this for? That made no sense to me whatsoever. And here what it is that those sips dies, the Cheers and Sips dies, there's tall drinks and there's little drinks. And I didn't know it till I started looking at on Demonstrator Planning Place, and I started looking at, you guys, I don't have time to watch a lot of other demonstrators, so I don't always know things. So I always get any advice I can get, right, how to do things. But I found on Demonstrator Planning Place, I'm like, oh, they stamped the drink and stamped it here and then die cut it, and then this is what became their insides of their drinks. You guys, I'm sure you guys knew that. I'm sure that you guys probably watched somebody do that and you knew it, but I didn't know that until I designed this card maybe like what, 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So very cool, like great use of that. And then the other pattern that we're using from this is that fruit cocktail, the garnishment. So with these flip flaps, okay, so let's look at the flip flaps. They are an online exclusive as well. So when we go back here, I want to find the flip flaps, and I think the flip flaps are in memory keeping right here. So if you guys have access to the Beekeeper's Guide, it's on page 68. If you're in the online store, you could type flip flaps in, and there's different types of flip flaps. And this came over with Creative Memories. So there's 4 by Creative Memories. No, sorry, close to my heart. sorry, reverse, close, creative memory. Ah, you guys, close to my heart. So and I'm not disclaiming, I'm not the biggest of a scrapbooker. So thank goodness we have Gina. So Gina helps you guys with all your scrapbooking needs. So I don't get into the scrapbooking world very much, but this was my attempt at getting into the scrapbooking world by using flip flaps in card making. So these flip flaps are pretty cool because you can add them to your cards. So they have 4x4 flaps, 4x6 flaps, there's 3x3s, and the 3x4s. And so if you can see here, there's this flap on one side, the long edge, and then there's a flap on the short edge. Now, when you buy this, you get 12 of them. 6 are vertical and 6 are horizontal. Well, what do you do when you're designing a class and you're kitting up 76 and there's 12 in a pack? You would have to buy double the amount if you want them all loading on the same side or attaching the same way. So what we did is we loaded half of them with it being with the top and half of them being on the side. And I want to show you, like on this is what they look like when they're attached on, hi Jan Victoria, they are attached on the side, right? That's fine, that's great, right? And that's how this other sample was, because Jay Shante gave me some of her flip-flops to use, and she had the side loading. Now, what do you do when it's the top loading? And some of you are gonna get the top loading, and you might be a little disgruntled with me, because you're like, man, I don't like this top loading one, I don't know how to attach it and how to do it. Well, I'm gonna go look for a top loading one, because I know, oh, that is exactly what I forgot to get from Jay Shante. It's 5 more of these things, but okay, that's all right. We can make it work. Hang on. I have here, 1 second. Okay. She was going to give me 5 of them before I left. So I have here these are the extra kits, and we're missing flip flaps in 5 of them, and we're getting them, but I'm pretty certain there's a flip flap. I'm going to show you. Not there either. Here it is. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is take this one out and put this one in here so that they still got the flip flap. Everything's noted very nicely. Okay, so I'm not going to mess anything up too bad here. All right, I want to show you how to assemble the top one. Okay, the side one's pretty easy. The side one is just centering it top to bottom and attaching it to the back, and then it rolls over this way. But if you get the top one, it's not the end of the world. I want to show you how you can make it work. It's going to basically attach like this, and it's going to be on the card up here like this, and I'll go this way and then this one. So I don't know where the kitties are. Hunky was out here. I don't know where Tigger and Honey are. They're maybe sleeping on the chair. They were sleeping all day, I think. All right, so again, this is the top one for us that I'm going to show you how to do that. You got your gems. You have a blackberry or a strawberry, right? So you guys got one version or the other, and it all depended on what you got for your drinky drink. Right, so here's your fruit cocktail. So this one, I had the Purplicious drink, and then a little stirring stick that's going to go back there. And then what's nice is that this paper matched either the strawberry or the blackberry. So the designer paper is the same. And then you have a little strip here, which goes for your inside back there. And this is a gift card holder, right? So this little guy slides out like this. And then what happens is this little guy, like a credit card, not a credit card, a gift card, right? Could fit here, right? Or a check or cash or whatever, a lottery tickets, whatever you want, fit back there, right? So that slides like that. So you have this little piece is for your cheersies. And then this is a 3x4 that is embossed with the plaster of Paris embossing folder. You have a little piece here that's either for a strawberry or a blackberry, right? So that we need to stamp on. You have some nested essential dies that were cut out of white and blackberry or strawberry, right? Depends on which layer, what color pattern you got. And then you have a white here. It's a really pretty card, simple and lovely. Thanks, Jan. And then you have some of this white fraying ribbon, right? So we'll use that in a moment. And you can burnish the edge here. what happens here is I cut off a little bit, right? Just a little bit so that it makes room for the flap, right? So what can we do first? I think we should do a little stamping. So we need on this one garden green and blackberry for me. And then there's also white embossing powder, and we need Versamark. So we'll come to that in a moment. All right, so we have here this little guy, and he's stamped in the green gardens that are green. And I'm gonna stamp it right about there. Okay, hi Julie Bierschbach. Thanks for the sub last night. It hit the spot. Appreciate you leaving food in the fridge. Oh, there's a cat fur or something on here. Hang on, I gotta see if I can see. Oh, I see it right there. There was some sort of fuzzy on there. Okay, so there is right there. I can see it. Oh, got it off. All right. So if that happens to you, where you got a fuzz on it, you can see it's got a line that goes right through the E. I could see it. So it meant that there's a fuzzy on here. So we can pick that off and we can re-stamp it. All right. So there's our cheersies. And then on the inside, I have two different choices that I came up with. This could be a birthday card, and you're giving a gift for the birthday, or what you could do is make it as a congratulations card. So it says congratulations, and then it could be for a retirement or a new house or a new job or whatever you want it to be. So I think I'll go with happy birthday because that's what I have closest to me. So I'm gonna stamp the happy birthday. Oh, that was really crooked. One moment, please. Let's just get this all flipped out. Thanks, Anna Carter, for telling everybody to do the thumbs up. I appreciate that. All right, let's try that again. So sometimes when you have, I like to put stamps on the block crooked like this because they fit better. And then I don't have a tendency of rocking so much, but sometimes having a crooked block is too hard sometimes. Okay, so that's happy birthday. And then on the inside, I can see here, I didn't mean to do this, but I put a blackberry here and a strawberry there. I really meant to not put them in the bottom right corner because you can see them, but I did anyways on my samples. But for this, we're not going to. So I'm gonna grab the berry and I'm gonna stamp it in blackberry, but this time I'm gonna put it on the left-hand side. And then I'm also going to grab my little scrapperoni here, and we're going to stamp a blackberry there. And that blackberry is what goes here. And if you have the strawberry, you could put it right there. Right, so that is it for these two things. Then there's this guy here. There's some splotchies that are behind your drinks. And we pulled that splotchy stamp from You Are Remarkable right there. And I definitely do not want to take it at full strength. So I'm going to stamp off. And you could stamp off and do either second, third, or fourth string. So we're gonna do one, and I'll show you what it looks like right in the middle. That's light enough for me. So I put it in the middle, you're not gonna see that, but it was a test of the public broadcasting system. And let's grab, there's a hair. Got it, okay. I feel like a doctor, but I'm not. Stamp doctor maybe. Okay, so do stamp on, stamp off. And this is creating a little background texture for around our drinky drink. And you don't have to worry about the bottom. The bottom does get covered. So we'll just go like that and like that. All right. So that's good. That should be it for the stamping here. Okay, let's get on to some assembly. We can glue a couple things. We can glue this mat on. We can glue that. We can glue both of these things, right? So let's get those all going. And I don't know, we're not actually done stamping yet. We're close. We have to do our drink yet. We have to get our drink on. All right, so there's our blackberry mat here. That should fit in the front flap. And don't forget, you should sometimes dry. No, always get in the habit of dry fitting, and I didn't do that, but I think I'm okay here. And then we're gonna grab this, and you can scope it out to see, you're gonna see the side and the bottom here, and the top. And so I'm gonna hold it like this, because I like having that line like that up there. I'm gonna put it like that, but you could have always flipped it the other way. Right? And then our little essential die here, let's put on like that. And then our inside can go onto this blackberry mat. All right, and then because this is a gift card, this is going to go on the back flap here, but you only want glue on the sides and the bottom, right? So if you are going to use tear and tape, it's best to use 1/8 inch tear and tape if you have it. And if you don't have it, so sometimes you get the 1/8 inch in your paper pumpkin kits, or you can buy it as 1/8 inch, not from Stampin' Up, from somewhere else, but you could also make your own here by taking your scissors and cutting right down the middle. And you can kind of make your own 1/8 inch here. And what I'll do is line that up along the bottom, like that. And we'll put a little on the side here. So then it's not, you don't lose a lot of space then. So there's still room for your gift card to fold. Now I have that much left, but I have that little space, right? So what I'm gonna do is pick this off. I'll pick this off and fill that space in, and then a little bit will go back over the top of what I just put it on, but that's okay. Well, glue never hurt. And then this, you're gonna figure out which side you want facing up. So I want that to be my top, and then grab the back, and then you're gonna line this up, put it right at the bottom, like that. And if there's any bit that's hanging over, just grab your scissors and just cut that off. So that's the back, right? That's it for that. Now for the front though, we have this thing, which because this is going into a plastic sleeve, I'm just gonna put liquid glue back here. And that's going to go kind of centered, top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so check that out. Perfect. Our cheersies here, we're gonna banner or like diagonal cut the one end here, like that. And I'm gonna test this. I want it flush on that right side. So what's happening is that it kind of is lined up with this line and this line. So right about there. And I wanna make sure, you have to make sure, that this point is not going past the green, otherwise it's gonna get caught in here. So if you need to trim any off the side, you should do it now. And I think what I'm gonna do is just trim one hair, or a thick hair. So we're gonna go like that, and just a little bit, like that's really all I cut off. And then we're gonna put that back on here and test it out. And that gave me a little bit extra green on the side. All right, so you're gonna need to grab tear and tape again. And we're gonna do a little loop-de-loop on the ribbon. So put the tear and tape on the back of your cheers. And what I'm gonna do is capture the end on the left and make a loop. Now you guys have, oh, you have way more than what you really need. I just realized that right now. Look at all that, wow. Okay, so you have 5 inches. You probably only need 3. So well, what can we do with the ribbon? So what I could do is I could make a tail, a loop, and a tail. So if I'm gonna do that then, I'm gonna cut that little part that was off. I think there should be enough to do this. So if I'm gonna make a tail, a loop, and a tail, I'm gonna make my tail here first, and then I'm gonna make my loop, and then I'm gonna bring my tail back down, right? Let's see what this looks like. So a little tail, loop, a tail. I'm okay with it. And put that tear and tape right over the top to hold it, okay? And then you're gonna have to grab some dimensionals. And I know they're around here. Right here they are. I'm gonna pop this up here and right there. So you could set this down already. I've got that flush on the right and the bottom. And then you could banner or trim your tails. So we're gonna do like that and like that. Now if you don't like that look, that's okay. Do it however you wanna do it. If you like the loop in the tail, that works too. If you don't like ribbon, don't put it on, okay? Now, let's go back to this. So we have this little blackberry, and I have a marker here that is Light Blackberry Bliss. And I'm gonna color in my blackberry. Even the light one is dark, so you do see a little bit of the definition from the lines. I'm also gonna color this guy, might as well, right? It's not a lot of coloring. You could use a colored pencil because I think there used to be a razzleberry colored pencil, so you could use that, but that's for that. Now our drinky drink. So here's the dealio. It's kind of painful to stamp this. It's not painful per se, but you might be stressed out by it. So this does fit on here. And I would have to say that more than 50% of people did not stamp their line for their drink, right? So it helps to define it. They said that their drink is in a clear glass and there's no black line on it. So if you want the easy button, don't stamp the black glass. Now, the other opportunity was just to give you a piece that wasn't die cut, but we wanted to give you the die cut in the shape of the glass. What you could do, if you have the stamp, now if you don't have the stamp, you don't have to worry, your choice is made, you're not stamping it. But if you have the stamp and you want to practice, what you should do is go to the back side, back to the other side, and you're gonna have to hover over and figure out where's the best spot to stamp it, right? So I'm guessing right there, right? I don't know if this is good or not. It's hard. This one's really difficult. Okay, I'm off by a lot. I'm over on the edge over here. So ideally what you would do is you would take that designer paper that I showed you in here, wherever it is, right, I think it was right up, oh my goodness, stop. It was right, there. You would ideally stamp this right onto that and then die cut it. That would be the easiest thing. Now, we couldn't do that because we can't provide any stamped images to you. So what we did is we gave you this. And if you practice on the back and you're like, oh man, that's pretty crappy, I don't want to try to even attempt that on the front side, don't. You guys, I'm good. I am not going to try to stamp my front side. I'm going to let it be, let it be, let it be. So what happens then is there's ice cubes on here though, super cutesy ice cubes, right? So you're going to need for that some Versamark, a heat tool, and some white embossing powder. And I have all of that right here. So they make something called an embossing buddy. I think there's this additions toolkit. And so there's a buddy, my buddy, my buddy, right? From the 80s, you remember my buddy? And so this is your embossing buddy. The little chalk pillow helps with static electricity. It helps to take any like greasy fingerprints off so that stuff, the powder doesn't stick there. And it comes with this little nifty reverse, this little tweezers. And then there's a little tray. Now I don't use the tray. I use my handy dandy old Tupperwares here. And each one of my embossing powders is sitting in a Tupperware. So I've got white, I've got silver, I've got the gold, the black, all of the above. So what I do is I've done that. We're gonna grab the Versamark. We're gonna stamp ice cold, ice cubes. And this is easy enough to do. If you have the white embossing powder and you have a heat tool and you have Versamark, and like if you have it, go for it. And you have the stamp, go for it. Now if you don't have it, the card will look perfectly fine not having it on as well, right? So that's what's cool about this. So it looks good with or without it. It turned out that way the first time and thought it's a signature. The way I've been looping my ribbon turns into an N for Nancy. All right, so I've got that stamped. So I like to shut my ink pad right away. And what we're gonna do now is pour a little bit of powder on here. Perfect, and it should stick. So I tap my hand, I don't tap this thing. Oh, I tap my hand. So it should leave your ice cubes there, ready to go. I shut this up. Someday, eventually, I'll scoop that up and put it back in the jar, but this is why I use this, because now I can just, out of sight, out of mind, that's ready to go for the next time. And grab the tweezers, and you can pick this up and then you hold it with the tweezers so you don't burn yourself. Right? Burning yourself is not encouraged. So I got my old school Stampin' Up! One here. And I'm gonna give it a second to heat up. And what's really cool is you can watch it emboss, like heat up. So it's this sheer fact of heat embossing that I'm actually sitting here with you today because it had me at hello, right? This is the first thing I ever did in the stamping world was heat embossing, and I was mesmerized, and I had to have it in my life. And that was in 1999, you guys. So it's because of heat embossing. We're sitting here, what, 26 years later, together, making cards. And there's always something that gets everybody going, and this is what got me going. I was only going to own 3 stamp sets in my entire life. A feminine set, a masculine set, and a Christmas set. And here I am. I did not follow my own rules. All right, so we've got our ice cubes going, which is super cool. Now there is a die set here for this, but I never brought it downstairs. So we were just using our scissors and cutting them out. It's such a rinky-dinky little die that, I'll be honest, like if you really want, you can go through the effort. But by the time you get it all set up and taped, you could have your berry and eat it too. All right, there it is. No, I wouldn't eat it personally, you guys. It is paper. Embossing Editions Toolkit includes the Embossing Buddy, the powder pail, crafting tweezers, and crafting brush. And Jolene included the item number for you guys. Yay! She's amazing. All right, so we got our little berry. We've got our drinky drink on. We've got our little stirring stick. Now, the stirring stick is actually longer, you guys. It's a little bit longer, and you'll see that when Karen cut these, she cut it short. It's because most of it's going to get covered up behind the card, or behind the drink, so we're all good there. So Sherry's got hooked on the embossing too. You know, I think that we're all, if you got hooked because of embossing powder, we have similar hearts, I think. Similar loves. All right, so we're going to put this back over here. Got the little stirring stick going on, right? You guys are going to see that it's perfectly fine not to have the black outline. All right, so I need dimensionals, which are always over here, it seems. I'm gonna put one right there, right there. It does hang out right over the top of our cheers, so I'm not gonna go down too low with it. All right, so we got these guys. And boom. So that's gonna go right over here. So it's like I'm using the cheers. I knew there was something wrong. I'm using the cheers as a tabletop, kind of. I'm gonna center my drink like that. Something like that. And then the reason there was a lot of white space there, that's where the berry comes in. And you can set your berry next to your drink there. All right, so we're doing good. Jolene is amazing. Yes, she certainly is. We're lucky we have Jolene in our life. In all of our lives. All right. So this is going to go right there, kind of nestled by the drink. So you can see the difference then. The drink outline on the left and not on the right. It looks perfectly fine without it. All right. So this is good, except for it's missing some gems. So let's go ahead. I've got one gem. So these gems have strawberry, and then these gems have the blue, Secret Sea. So let's only, I have two, okay, so these gems come with a small, medium, and large, like you're getting a Happy Meal, right? Or like French fries at McDonald's. You get small, medium, or large. I'm going to take the medium one, and that's going to go in this bottom corner here. And I'll use the other two, they go on the outside over here. So this is ready to go. What happens is there's an uppy here, right? So this tab thing is on the top, and then it opens like that. So we're going to slide this in. Now, for those of you who have the side pocket, your opening, it's going to be like this, and you're going to slide it in from the right. Okay. So what's going on here, though? For those that are the righties, you're going to take, let's pretend this is your tab. You're going to take and peel this off. This white thing peels off, and you're going to center this, and this is going to fold back here and attach like that, right? And so yours is, pretend it's the right thing, but it's going to go like this, right? And then you'll glue yours in like that. Easy. Now, for those of you who have the top like I do, you are going to want to envision this. I'm going to walk through this. This piece is going to go here, right? And you would think, oh, I'm going to just attach it across the top of the blackberry like this. But if you do that, you're not going to be able to have this going up and over the card. It's going to want to bunch it. So we got to be careful when we attach this. You're still going to want your blackberry piece right like that. This, I'm envisioning it being, it's got to go up and over. So it's got to be higher than the green, right? So it's got to be higher than the green card front. And it's going to be something like that, right? Now, what the question is like, where do you want it on the right? I'm going to bring it over right about here. So I only see a little sliver of white and then a little sliver of blackberry. You could bring it, you can't bring it all the way past the blackberry. You got to bring it right about here. And then that allows you to see as much over here. And so yours is going to flip up like this, and it's going to flip this way, okay? But how are we going to attach this, right? So this is what I would do. I would peel off the whitey white part here, and I know that I want this something about Mary right here, right? So this edge is pretty much right on the inner edge of the blackberry piece. And there's tacky right here. You can see where the sticky strip is. Oh man, you guys, don't put liquid glue on this. It's already got glue, right? This is sticky the way it is. All right, so what's gonna happen, I'm going to line this up, and I want this edge kind of lined up here. I gotta get the glass, like you might get my head in here, sorry. So this tacky part is gonna go right below the upper edge. That's kind of what we're gonna do. We wanna make sure it's straight, right? Now don't push it down really hard, right? Because we can still MacGyver this and maneuver it if we need to. So it's just lightly tacked. So now we're gonna test the waters. So shut this, shut that, and make sure that it shuts, okay? And make sure it's straight, because if it's not straight, you can still kind of gently pry it off, right? But I'm lined up on this side. I'm straight across the top. This is gonna flip up, that's gonna flip. Now, once you're good and happy with it, right now, I can still gently peel this off. But if you're once you're happy with it, clap your hands. And what you can do then is seal the deal. And there, you can see where the adhesive is sticking there. Kinda, yep, right there. All right, so now, grab the tear-in tape. I would definitely not use liquid glue across this. I would use tear-in tape to help that secure itself. And then now grab the liquid glue, and that can go back there. And this is gonna go on the inside. Be careful. The tear-in tape does not give you any wiggle room. So you want to get it straight. And then make sure that this still goes over, and it still does. And now we can put our last two gemsies on. And that big one, and then we'll put the small one. Oh, you know what? We've got room down here. So let's get one right there. Oh, right here. Right? So for those that have the top loading, you can put your two gems right down here, and that kind of fills that space in. I like that better than the back, than to the back of the card. Correct, yes. You definitely, it hides it, right? So you got this, it flips up, and then it's really clean and neat. It's not going on the back, right? So the back is nice and clean. Tidied up. Very good, very good. Where are the sleeves from? Joy, they're from Stampin' Up. You just need to go to the Beekeeper's Guide. I think, what did we say, guys? 84? Was it page 84? It was down in the memory keeping section. Page 68. 3x4 flip flaps. Okay, that's where they are. Item 166513. Right, so you get 12 in the pack. 6 of them are top loading. 6 of them are right loading. Now, what's super cool, I think I want to do a 3x3 with you guys. So I would put the 3x3 mat with a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 mat, and then have that right on the front of the card and have it flip up, and then still have it be a traditional card, right? So super cool. All right, we did it. Yay! Hooray, we got 2 cards done. This is fun. So I had a lot of fun with the flip flaps, you guys. So they're fun for all ages. and skill levels. All right. Perfecto changeo. That's 2 done. Let's put you over there. We'll put you with my recipe. No, I got this backwards. No, I got this right. So that goes there. That goes there. Okay. 2 done. 1 more. 1 more, which is left. Let's see here. Oh, the butterfly. Okay, this was a fan favorite. It's not that hard because Karen Forward did all of your die cutting of all your butterfly stuff, right? Tammy and Sandy did all your die cutting of like this kind of stuff, and Rhonda helped out with embossing. Annette helped out with some cutting and designer paper too. So it was definitely a team effort. We got 2 little strips from the butterfly set, right? So the beautiful butterfly was part of the mini catalog, and it carried over, oh man, where is it? It carried over, right here it is, beautiful butterflies. Carried over, it's still current, yay. And it has some really cool butterfly dies. And I figured you guys might be butterflied out, right? But I took a chance. And I'm trying to think here. I cased a card. I'm gonna show you what I cased. I think I took pictures of this. So where's this card right now? Let's see. Right over here. Hang on one moment, please. I brought it over here. So I like to kind of show you guys how you get ideas and inspiration, right? So I have 2 cards that I have pictures of, and I will share with you the 2 cards that got merged together, basically, right? I took the concept of one and then concept of another. So, okay. So I believe Carolyn Ketchmark, you, if you're watching me, you sent me this. Oops, wrong thing. I took Carolyn's card, the concept of the monochromatic, where it was white with, I think she's got summer splash here. I like the 2 butterflies. I like the big butterfly. So I took this concept, which was how you can kind of see where that comes from. Lots of similarities, right? But just different products. I still use the embossing folder, the brick one, but changed the layout, made mine a fun fold, right? So, but that's where you can see I can kind of ideas from inspiration, right? But then this is the card I found somewhere on Pinterest. I have no idea whose it is. I can't even tell you because I don't know. But I basically saw this layout on Pinterest, right? Where it's and then up, the perennial postage. So I took those 2 cards, got ideas from both of them, and then married them together and came up with this card, right? So that's how sometimes I do the magic of this. And I'll be honest with you, they left me unattended. So I felt bad for Karen Forward. She had to do all the die cutting on this, but she was a rock star, and she even did more. She did 8 more for me. Can you show the gift card holder out of the flip flap? Yep, I sure can. So this guy will go here, and this is a white piece for the back here, like that. You've got 2 small butterflies, and then you've got your big butterfly, and then you have a white inside, and then you should have a white pink ribbon. Now this ribbon is on low, I think last chance and low inventory, but we went for it because it matches the pretty in pink perfectly. Okay, so this guy out of the flip flap, when you pull that out, so this is a 3x4, and then I've got this as a pocket so that you can put something in there, right? So there's the flip flap. And you just have to be careful putting stuff in them, because if you peel up too hard, you're gonna rip the sides, right? That happened to somebody in class on Monday. They ripped it down about 1/2 inch, and so we had to get them a new one, and that happens, right? So you just be very delicate and gentle with that at the top. Okay, doke. So let's see what we got here. When you're holding your card like this, there's a score line here at 1 inch, and you just want to bring that back. Bring it back, y'all. Can't get too many butterflies, Kathy says. Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. I was afraid. All right. Because we still have, you guys, in case you're wondering, we still have the beautiful bokeh, which is the beautiful butterflies suite. That was the ink, paper, scissors for March. I just went through, I have 14 of them left. All right. So if anybody's still looking for more butterfly classes, we did an ink, paper, scissors, and there's some left. All right. What do we got? We got pretty in pink galore. So this piece is going to get glued here. And what we can do is glue this to that embossed piece, let's get these glued together. And let's see here, what else? This butterfly here, so that's already die cut for you. And what I did is put a little bit of glue right there. And then here, so if anybody's looking for information on past available classes, my website is here. It's cardsbychrisb.com. For those that are new to me and don't know this yet, you go to cardsbychrisb.com. One of the first links is called resources. It's the resources tab. I have files there. I have stuff there. But one of the sections in the resources area is a section for past classes. And this goes right there in the middle, like that. So in this resources tab here on my website, if you're looking for information on that beautiful butterfly, scroll down under the past classes. You want to get to the section here that's called ink, paper. Oh, is it at the top? It's actually at the top. Ink, paper, scissors, game nights. And if you just go to Beautiful Bokeh, it takes you right to the class information and it tells you all about it. So that's where you can find that. All right, so then this guy right here, what you're going to do is you're going to attach this only through the middle section here. You do not want to put adhesive on the top or the bottom. It's really right through this area in the middle. Ooh, got a little close there, something like that. And then when I set this down on here, I'm going to center it top to bottom, left to right, right about there. Okay. So by putting the glue on this little pink strip part, it really allows you not to get glue over the edge, right? So it's only attached here, right? So that's what we've got so far. Now, I will say in class on Monday, some people thought this was really too blank. So a few people opted to take this home and they wanted to emboss it. You could also stamp images on it. You could stamp whatever, right? But like when the card's shut, it looks great just having a white border, but you could definitely do more to it if you want at home. So let's get our pink ink out. So this is Pretty in Pink. It's one of the ink colors. The new ink colors that, well, not the older ink colors, okay. And then what I've got in the top left-hand side of the inside, I just have a butterfly stamped up there. Right, so that'll go in the inside. And then on this one, so how this sits is that Happy Birthday is propped up with dimensionals and then it holds the card open. And I've got that stamped in pink and then sponged around the edge. And all of these, this Happy Birthday is, wow, okay, I'm gonna make sure I can get in here and see what I'm doing. There, Happy Birthday. And then we've got this little guy. Celebrate comes from Beautiful Motifs. Or, yeah, Beautiful Motifs. So we're gonna do that right there. Good, I think. Then we just need the sponge dauber. So sometimes when you guys are die cutting at home, or my helpers are die cutting at home, sometimes a little thing might stay on the plate that creates a little divot. If that happens, you can try to use your finger and kind of smooth it back out. All right, so then I'm gonna use the dauber, because white on white is so boring. You can't even see it, right? But when you sponge the edge using a dauber and the ink, it creates a nice little transition between the die cut image and then the white paper. All right, perfect. That looks good. Now, the other thing too, you need to use the dauber for are these guys, because they also would get lost in the sauce if they didn't have a pink border around the edge. So by adding a little bit of pink color to their wings, it will make them stand out on the card front. And there are 2 of them. Don't forget to do the other one. Perfect. Okay, So that should be it for what we need for ink. But what we can do is put a little dot of liquid glue or a little line right through the middle of the butterfly body here. And we're gonna give that just a moment to marinate and get tacky so that the bodies will stick to it nicely. And we'll also do the same on the back of the big one, actually. Oh, can I do that? Oh yeah, my pinky could barely get around there. Okay, just a little glue there. So let that marinate. And we're gonna grab the Celebrate and put tear and tape right through the middle. Grab your pink ribbon and fold it in half. And I've got the loop at the top. And then the two tails at the bottom. Got a little Humpty Hump at the top there. And then grab that other piece of tear and tape. That will hold that in place, right? And then now what we can do is pick up one of these, put it right into the middle where the glue is. It should allow you to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with it. Perfect. And then right there's the other one. Cool beans. This one needs a bunch of dimensionals across the back. This definitely needs to be popped up. If you forget to pop it up, your card isn't going to be able to stay propped open. So we'll put 4 dimensionals across the back of that. And then for these little guys, these are perfect with small dimensionals. Grab a small one, put it right there, and then grab another small one right there. And now I think that this guy should be good. And we'll put that right in the middle, like so. Perfect. Now, I didn't want to glue these wings down because I like to have them fluttering in the wind, right? Okay, so now we've got that ready. This, we can take this and glue this in. Just like so. And then when you do your happy birthday, you want to make sure that I've got it just about hitting the white, but there's a little border there. So try to get that on here straight and centered left to right. So by having that popped up, that is what allows this to get caught there, right? And keep it up, right? That's how that will stay propped up. So that's good. And you do, when the card is flat, you do see that down there. That's okay. Then we're gonna grab this guy, and this one I've got dimensionals to keep him flat, or it, or her, whatever it is. It's pink, so it's a girl, right? So this one, pick those all off, and I've got it at an angle. So it's kind of over the top here, but it's just hitting the bottom of the pink there. So just at the bottom there. Don't push it down hard, because if you don't push it down hard and you want to pull it up, you can still do that. So I've got, you can see the perennial postage die over there, and something like that. And then this little guy is up here. This little guy is down here. Oh, it's nice. Okay, and then this one is gonna be right underneath the head of the silver body. And before I put it down though, I am gonna grab my ribbon scissors and trim the tails. It's easier to do it mid-air here, I think. And then we'll grab that guy. Oh, good, that's very good. I did pop that up too. Now, if you're getting too much popping going on and you need to stop the popping, definitely take a break. But if you want to pop it up, pop it up. Because once you pop, you guys know the you know the rest. You can't stop. We're gonna pop that up. Now, the butterflies popped up, and this one that's off over on the edge here needs a double stuffed Oreo. So put another one there. And that's gonna fit right. So I do have this label. It seems like it's centered in between here too, like that. Oh man, this is good. It's so pretty. So many people loved this one on Monday. So, but think of all the different color combinations that you can do with white. That would look good. Purple, blue, orange. All right, and then we've got a little baby diamond we'll put there. So you should have 3 diamonds. Because diamonds are forever. Right there. Wonderful. Got that done. And then we need to grab the Stella pen. What could you Stella? You could Stella ribbon, right? That's not a problem. You could Stella this little side action over there and this little side one. I'd stay away from the things that are blended because that will just make them smear, but you could pick up your wings and give them a little bedazzlings. Thanks, guys. This was a fun one. So I loved seeing 2 different cards and merging them together and this being the outcome from it, right? It's gorgeous, simply gorgeous. And then to make it into a fun fold, super cool. Very, very awesome. So it looks like that. And again, you could have, if you guys are at home, you want to do something special to that white piece, you can bedazzle it, pretty it up. You could stamp butterflies on there, whatever you want. But when you have it flat here, it's good. The main thing is that you don't want to see words, I guess, coming out the bottom here. So that happy birthday is perfect because it's up right in the middle there and you don't see it. Great, great, great. All right, you guys, it's 8 o'clock and we made it through all the cards. So nice. And I get to leave all the stamps on all the blocks because we have class yet on Saturday morning. I've got a couple people signed up. And so if you are local to me and interested in doing this class, there's still time to sign up as long as I make it through my emails and I can see that nobody else remotely or not here needed the to-go kits, right? So that's my only condition. So otherwise I might be calling Annette and Karen again, but I think we'll be fine. So yeah, this one was a lot of people's favorites from on Monday. So I'm just gonna clean these because if I knock these down, they get things dirty. So I'm just gonna clean a few stamps here really quick. And get this one good to go. That one. Now, what is your favorite, you guys? Maybe emboss the back of the white piece with the butterfly embossing folder. Yes! Kathy, that is a fabulous idea. I love it because that one is subtle and it would tie in and you'd see the butterflies when you open it up, but it gives it a little bit of texture around the edges. So yes, for those of you who got the kit from me or you're making these cards, you could definitely use that butterfly embossing folder. It's the butterfly like hybrid embossing folder. Oh, there's 2 more here. Let me just get these guys while I'm at it. Then if they fall over, I'm not worried about getting ink on my stuff. Okay. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. So we got all of our cards made and we did the butterfly. We got this drink card made. Again, this one's the top opening flap, which it works out. It still works, even though you just got to be careful how you line it up. I had a couple people on Monday night that we learned they couldn't put it all the way down. It had to have enough room to go up and over. And then we've got our sympathy card here. So, thanks, Deb Norman. Love the butterfly card. Yay! I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday, Deb. So excited that you can make it. All right, so we got our cards made. I want to share with you really quickly what we've got coming up for next month's suite class. I do have an announcement to make. If you guys like my schedule, and you're in, again, it's that resources tab. For those of you who've been with me for a while, you know I have this document out here in the resources tab, and it's the Cards by Christine 2025 schedule. So not the overview, not the calendar, but this, I just updated this last night. And so it has a date of, oh man, June 27th. Well, that's not correct. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't upload it. Okay, I just updated this spreadsheet, this sheet last night. I forgot to upload it to the resources, but it's done, and it has all of the what we're going to do for September, October, November, and December. Okay, so I was going to share with you guys what's coming up, but let's see here. I can, if those who want to have a screenshot can take the screenshots. So I'll have this up. I'll try to update it tomorrow or tonight or by Saturday. So I always like to map out what I'm doing for the next 4 months when I get a new catalog. And we were able to pull this together this week. We carved out some time to strategize and plan classes. So for those of you who want this now versus waiting to get that document, for ink, paper, scissors, these are the 4 suites we're featuring. For suites, the first suite we're featuring is called Gathering Together, and I'll show you those cards. We just did them today. Let's just stamp what we're featuring. I have not talked to Rose Coleman about what she's featuring for Technique Club class, but I've got like Stamp-a-Stack, Game Night, Order-Based class, Catalog Launch Party I don't have yet, but I've got a Memories and More class slated. And then back here is what we're featuring for the monthly cards. So in September, we're going to do the Sunflowers, Embossing Folder, the Tractor, with pumpkins in the back and beautiful pumpkins. So we're switching and transitioning into autumn cards next month. And then the rest of this is all going to be documented in my website. And then we picked out what we're going to do for the Wounded Warrior project. And I know I'm going to do 1 Halloween card for the Kellogg Launch Party, but I don't know the other 3 yet. But they are going to be fun folds, right? So we got this all knocked out this week. We took some time and carved it out to strategize and figure out what we're doing for the next 4 months and what we can focus on. All right, so that, you guys, I will have that available in the schedule here, right? That's where that is soon, right? I gotta figure it out. But you guys want to see cards, so all right. So we made 4 cards for the suite class, and this is one of them. So I always make 2 of every one for classes. So here's one of them. So you guys think opposite of what you just looked at. Like this is going to be your fallsy cards. So you got lots of Cajun Craze, early espresso, curry, crushed curry, and then we've also got one other color. So there's one, and then Old Olive, that's the other one. All right, so then here's card number 2, just in viewing order, right? So we got that little guy. Again, same color patterns. You only need a sentiment. You only need a sentiment. And then this one, you only need a sentiment. So we used the sentiments from the stamp set. Autumn Toil or Autumn, Amber Autumn, and then the Gathering Moments, right? So there's that one. And then this guy. Oh, you guys get to be like you're in 2nd grade again. You get to sew. I felt like I was in kindergarten. Well, I probably didn't sew in kindergarten, but my grandma started teaching me plastic canvas crafts at a very young age. And so that's what it kind of took me back to. So this die will have the holes there. And we're going to give you the gold ribbon that is officially retired. It's the gold twisted thread, but we have enough for kitting up this class. And so you're going to sew your leaves, the veins on your leaf. So very cool. So that's what they want us to do with that die. So that's what we're going to have you do. So there, that's card number 4. So, all right. So this is the Gathering Moment. So again, for those of you who are interested in that class, just keep it on your radar. Just know you've seen it. It's the Gathering Moments, Gathering Together, I think. Gathering Together Suite class. You don't have to tell me right now that you want to take it, right? You just hold the phone. What I tell people to do, especially those that are new to me, if you see this class and you're like, oh man, I really like that. Can I get signed up for it? Start an email and put in there, hey, Chris, I'd love to take this class. It's this one, right? But then hold it. Put it in your drafts. Don't send it. Put it in your drafts. And then as I design more card classes for next month, you might be like, oh, I also want this one and this one and this one. Then just keep adding them until you have one email and you know exactly what you want for next month, and then hit send. And then when I know what you want all of the card classes, or 2 of them or 1 of them, I'll figure out what the shipping is and we'll consolidate it so you'll save a little money on shipping, right? That is what's most helpful for me, is honestly getting 1 email with everything you want in it versus getting 5 emails with everything individually. It just creates a lot more remembering stuff. I'm a pretty good rememory. I have a pretty good rememory, but I can get sidetracked very easily and forget things, and then it's just a backwards, back and forth, too much. Like, I'd rather have a couple, like easy conversations that are fun, and then one with the class orders, right? So, all right, so yeah, so that's the Gathering, I think it's Gathering Together Suite class. Okay, so again, if you want to do that class, you can do it in person with me. You could do it in person with Jay Shante. She's going to be teaching it up in the Minocqua Harshaw area. And then I also will be offering it as a YouTube class, and you can get kits to go from me. So very cool. So lots of offerings for that class, if you like that. So very cool. All right, so seems all good now. All right, buffering. Okay, I did not see it buffering. Deb Norman said, did you have me down for the August Sweet class? I don't think so, Deb. No, I do. You placed an order like 3 weeks ago during some moment in time, and I thought I emailed you back, and I thought I said that you are signed up for it, but now you're making me wonder that maybe I didn't, but I'm pretty certain that you placed an order back in July, and you asked if you could hold it till you knew what was being offered in August, and then you picked something from August, and you picked the August Sweet class. And I thought I replied back. So check your email. I'm pretty sure I sent an email back. It's like feeling like that's what I did. Okay. Do we still use the CBC for emailing? Yeah, Pat Settle, I definitely would. What you can do is email cbcenroll@gmail.com. Just to be safe, you could copy me on it, the Chris M. Bertram at msn.com, or you guys, I know you're probably thinking so many email addresses, but the CBC Enroll is really what I want to keep using, but I'm the only one monitoring now. And so now I'm monitoring 2 emails, right? Okay, so it's created a little bit of like extra work, but eventually Kelly will be helping me do it, and she will be going to access it there. But what happens is I see emails in my general email inbox first. The Chris M. Bertram at msn.com is my personal email that I've had for over 20 years. I'm trying to also transition away from that for stamping and use my Christine at cardsbychrisb.com email address. So what happens is everything that you send to the Christine at cardsbychrisb.com, that flows through to my MSN, and I answer every email out of my MSN, right? So honestly, if you get it to one of the 3, you're good. If you copy either of my other email addresses and the enroll, it'll be good too. Like, I'd rather you send it to more email addresses than not enough. And I remember when I've already responded to something or not. Hi, Karen Wetstein. So just to not be confused, if you're not certain, Pat, just if you want to just send it to the enroll, we'll get to it eventually, like when I go in there and find the emails and then I send them to myself, or if you want to send it to both. Yes, it was my free class. When will it be mailed? I think it was mailed yesterday, Deb. Didn't you get a pirate ship notice from me? I mailed it yesterday with a catalog for you. So I'm pretty certain that's what went in the mail for you yesterday. Did you get a pirate ship notice? Because I created your tracking information either on Tuesday or Wednesday. So double check that. I would like to make sure that you got it. And if for some reason I missed it, then I will give it to you on Sunday in person. So, no, Deb Norman, number 10 on my list. So it was sent to you. You have a check mark next to your name. You're good. You're like, yes. No, I did not mail it to you. You're coming on Sunday to the party. So I have it sitting on my, okay. For anybody that I know is coming to the party on Sunday, I did not mail your packages to you because I assumed that you would be fine getting them on Sunday from me personally at the party versus mailing them. So that is what's going on, Deb. I have a catalog for you, and I have your class, and it's going to be given to you on Sunday. Okay, perfect. So that's why I did not mail it yet, but you're definitely on the list. So we have here, I have 7 people who placed orders to get this class for free. I'm going to flip over, switch gears. We're going to do random number generator stuff. We are going to do 7 people who placed orders to get this class for free, and I'm going to give one of you a prize. Number 4. All right. Who is number 4? Debbie Blow. Oh, beginner's luck. All right. Very good. So Debbie will be getting a door prize. And Debbie, how it works is the next card class that I mail to you is where your prize will be in. So it hopefully encourages you to place another order or to get another class from me. And then there'll be a door prize in there for your next one. So Sherry said, do I still have Autumn Creative Escape online box available? Sherry Stewart, I certainly do. I just sent an email today about it. I think I have 40 spots available, and I am doing 12 more than normal. Normally I do for 120, but I decided to do 132. So we still have about 40 left, and we're about a month and a few days before so it's next month. September 18th, 19th, 20, and 21. So we're over a month away, and I have 40 spots left. So that means that I have about 80 or 90 people signed up already, which is pretty phenomenal. And once those 40 are gone, then I'm going to be done. And it's a lot, you guys. We're going to start designing for those cards this coming week. So if you ask me if they're done yet, I'll be like, nope. But as soon as they are, you guys, I'll do a live sharing the cards, and it'll definitely be by the time I do the showcase, which I'm pretty sure I'm planning to do the showcase on August 28th is my goal, all right? Yes, oh yeah. All right, do you have Happy Mail? Oh, Nancy Mole, do I ever have Happy Mail? I have so much Happy Mail to share with you that it's gonna take a separate video. And I mentioned maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago that I need to schedule a separate video. I have an entire bag down here, and I have a pile that is in my dining room. And so I will have a Happy Mail. If I did Happy Mail tonight, I would be live with you for another 45 minutes, I would have to guess. And oh man, I don't know if I could do that. So it's been a long week, you guys, I'll be honest with you. I was very blessed to be able to get 8 hours of sleep 4 days in a row while I was camping, right? We went to bed at 11 o'clock and we got up at 7 or 8, so 8 or 9 hours. And ever since I got back, it's been like back to 4 and 5 and 6 hours at most. So I'll save that for another day when I have more energy. How about that? Okay, and so let me grab my sheet here with the other prizes that we're gonna do for raffles, door prizes here. So I have the July monthly creative challenge. That is where you submit cards based on some criteria, and it is a pinned post on my Cards by Christine Facebook page, and so you can go find all the details there. There were 20 people, 20 cards that were submitted, and so I'm gonna do 20 into the random number generator, and we'll pick a winner. Number 6. Okay, 6 is Tracy Sorge. Yay, Tracy, awesome sauce. If I'm on my A game, I'll have a prize for you on Sunday when I see you at the party. Okay, all right, July class card challenge. There were 17 people, so we'll change that to 17. Number 10, Janice Ormiston. Yay, Janice, I'll have a prize for you in your September package. Top fans are Laura Sullivan, congratulations. Susan Bellamy, congratulations. And Linda Swansea. Now, Linda, you are new to me. I don't know who you are. I don't have your address. If you want a prize, you'll need to let me know your address. If you have that much. That's okay. I do, you guys. I still owe you all of the sympathy cards that I was going to share with you, all the sympathy cards that we got from my grandma's passing. Okay, SCI, there are 6. So let's put a 6 here instead. Number 2 scoops, Darrell Hoffaker. All right, Darrell, the next package I have for you, I'll also send you a prize. Yay. Mystery card from last month. We had 21 names. So let's put 21 in here and see who wins. Oh, number 1, Donna Palazzola. Yay, Donna. Awesome. Congratulations, my friend. The June VIP will win a half-off bundle from my stash of half-off, or from my bundles. You'll get it for half off if you want one. To pick one, I have like maybe 30 of them there to choose from. 2 scoops, Leslie McMinn. All right, Leslie, I'll have to reach out to you in the near future to find out which one you might be interested in. I have a list, so I'll have to send you the list. Now, I have here from Free Shipping Day, I have 26 people, so we're going to pick 2 people to win a prize. And what I have for the prize is a stamp set. Mary Lemke. Oh, whoop, whoop, Mary Lemke. 21, look at that. 21, Pat Shee Bishop. All right, so for Pat and Mary, what I have are 3 stamp sets that I have that are from the new annual catalog and from the online exclusive. So I have Perfectly Pears, Layered Thoughts, and Impressions in Bloom. So Mary, you were first, and Pat, you were second. So I'll check with Mary to see which one of these she would like. And then after that, I'll reach out to Pat and figure out what Pat would like. So yay. And then that leaves one more left. And that will go to somebody over here to win a prize. So this is people who placed orders in July through August 5th, $20 or more. And there were 105 people. So for every 20 people, I'm going to pick one. And I don't know what the prizes are going to be, except for I know it's going to be potentially one of these stamp sets. And I also have some extra stamp sets that I know I have from this new order that I just placed. Okay, 49 goes to Becky Roar. Roar, yay, Becky. Okay. Oh, number 44. So Doral Hoffaker. So we'll do her again. And so I'm going to go out, and I'm going to refresh, and I'll come back in, and we'll set it over with 105 and hit generate. 77. Okay, let's see who 77 is. Amy Ponce. Yay, Amy. Whoop, whoop. Nancy, I guess I don't qualify for MS. I don't qualify for MS. I don't know what MS stands for in your message, Nancy Mole. You'll have to tell me. When I see MS, I think of multiple sclerosis. The benefit, we always do an MS benefit. So I'm thinking that's not what you mean, all right? So help me out, okay? I'll hit generate again. Number 19. All right, let's see who number 19 is. 19 is Cindy Runtree. Yay, Cindy. All right, let's do another one. 57 is over here. Pat Bischoff. Oh my gosh, these two girls are lucky here. Pat and Doral. We're going to do one more for good measure, and I'll go back out and I'll come back in and reset our number pattern, and we'll put a 105 there, hit generate. 61. Okay. Wow, Mary Lemke, you're here watching. Trisha Fagley, very nice. So Mary Lemke wants this one. I love it. Perfect. We're going to take care of business right away. Mary, I still have your package here actually, because I got to go through the July swap cards and get them sorted out. And once I do that, then I'm mailing your package. So I can actually include this in your package. Wonderful. And then that means that, is there a CSI class this month? There is. I may just be missing it on the calendar. Yes, there is. So let's put these slips right here and here so I know who they are. So Kari Dwyer, if you go to my events calendar and you go to August 20th, I have to move my phone like this. And right here it is, August 20th. Share, create, inspire. Right, perfect. Here it is. And if you scroll down, I've got the recipe here. It is coming from Janice Ormiston, right? So the recipe cards are already here. And if you don't find it there, I'm also wondering if you go to the resources and then look at my calendar. Let's see if it's in here. If you go to my calendar, what happened was it's not on this calendar. And that is because it was originally slated for the 13th, which was yesterday. No, it is here. See, it was originally slated for the 13th at 1, and I moved it to the 20th. That it would give me yesterday as a full day to work on whatever I needed to work on, which was we shipped yesterday, like a lot of stuff. So you might not be seeing it there, but just know that if you go to my, if you go to this events calendar, you could find it on the 20th. So just know that that events calendar is that PDF that's horizontal, that's really pretty. That's not updated all the time. Like I can't ask Kelly to keep updating that every time I make a minor change. So you probably would have seen it on the 13th, and then you might have gone to look on the 13th on my real website calendar and then not seen it there. And then just know I always keep it on a Wednesday. So you could always look through Wednesdays to find it. Which I don't mean for you to have to hunt and peck to find things, but like a little searching through the calendar you might find it. All right, Cindy wants, yay, woohoo. Okay, Pat said I have a second choice, so not the pears. I have that one. Yay. Okay, so Pat Bischoff, would you like this one then? Pat, are you okay with the layered dots? I'm just curious. You have a second choice. So, not the pears. I have that one. So, Pat, are you okay with layered dots? If you are, we'll do layered dots. I'm going to do one more, you guys, because I'm feeling like let's give away another one. So, let's go back here to random, and we needed 105. So, we're going to do 5. All right. Let's hit generate. Oh, my gosh. 63. Sheila Roberts. Awesome sauce. Okay. How many is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like we could do one more. Why not, right? 73. Becky Roar. Okay. And I don't think Becky won. Oh, she won already. So we're not going to do Becky again because she's already won, right? So some people place multiple orders, right, throughout the month. So that's awesome. 69. Vicky Rodriguez. Okay. Sounds like a good winner there. All right. All right. So let's see what we got here. just to recap, we had Debbie. Oh, you guys had it up on me while I was looking down. I'm so sorry. I thought I had it down on here. So Vicky was the one that won on that number 69 right here. I got Vicky Rodriguez. Okay, so Debbie Blau won the door prize for class tonight. And then we've got Tracy Sorge for the July monthly creative challenge. I've got for the class card challenge, we got Janice Ormiston. Top fans were Laura Sullivan, Susan Bellamy, Linda Swansea, Linda Swansea, Linda Swansea, Linda Swansea. I need your address if you want a prize. If you don't want a prize, fine. But if you want a prize, send me your address. Email it to me, please. And then Darrell Hoffaker, she won the SCI. Donna Palazzola won the mystery card prize. And the June VIP half-off bundle selection will be made by Leslie McMinn. Free shipping, we got Mary Lemke. Oh, perfect. Pat that said that was fine. All right. So we've got free shipping. We got Pat Bischoff and Mary Lemke. And I've got their prizes already done. And then, oh man, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do for the, I guess what I'll say is anybody who's watching that is including for the winners for the $1 million sales drawing that I did. So Cindy Runtree, Darrell Hoffaker, Becky Rohr. And we have Pat Bischoff, Trisha Fagley, Sheila Roberts, Vicky Rodriguez, Amy Pons. If any of you want perfectly paired, whoever tells me first that they want perfectly paired, it's yours, right? Let's find somebody who wants it. And otherwise, I'll probably have embellishments or ribbon, or I'll have something new. Probably not from the new mini catalog yet, because I could only buy enough. I can only buy a certain amount, right? So I'll probably have some stuff from the online exclusives that just launched, or something from the annual catalog. And I'll make sure to have that stuff into your packages when I see you guys next. I should say not when I see you next, when I ship to you next. Okay, all right, you guys, it's getting late. It's 8:30. I need to eat some supper. I can tell I'm fading fast. All right, so I think we're good. The burgers was blocking it. Yeah, so that's what happens. So in my phone too, Kari, my phone, when you go into it and it pulls up, like you can't see what's on the top here, right? You can only see this bottom thing. So I flip my phone like this, get it to go this way, and then for some reason then it shares it, right? There's actually 3 things on that day. So I went from having 1 thing on one day and 2 on the other day, having all 3 in one day. But that allowed me to get the shipping done yesterday. So congratulations to all the winners. Yay. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I think we did good. We got lots of stuff accomplished this evening, and class took a little bit longer than normal, but we had lots of winners to figure out who they were, right? Okay. All right. So you guys, we'll see you sometime on Sunday. No, we'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the Floral Charm Stamp Stack, right? Yeah, don't forget. Be there or be square, right? All right, love you a long time, guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.